A 15-year-old boy impregnates his 37-year-old mother. Josiane, a 37-year-old woman, has been living for about 10 years with her only son, Potala Jean-Pierre, who is 15 years old. Josiane was married to Potala Joseph, a lieutenant colonel, but unfortunately their marriage lasted only 2 years. She lost her husband suddenly in 2001 when he was killed by a bullet to the head during a fierce battle with terrorists, leaving behind his wife and 1-year-old son. Devastated by this enormous loss, Josiane decided never to remarry. According to her, she was madly in love with her husband and had vowed to be with him alone for the rest of her days on Earth. She then decided to change her life and move elsewhere with her son. As time went by, her son grew and began to resemble his father remarkably. Josiane said, "Every time I watched my son grow, I saw my husband in him, and I felt inexplicable emotions. The more time passed, the more I fell in love with my son, and eventually, we began a sexual relationship, which led to my pregnancy," she declared. According to sources close to the family, Josiane plans to marry her son, claiming that it must be God who decided to send her husband back to her through her son. She said that she will remain with her son and does not care what people will say about their union. A mother carries her son's baby in a heartwarming story. Kayla Jones, 29, from Texarkana, Arkansas, just wanted to start a family with her husband, Cody. Unfortunately, she underwent a partial hysterectomy at only 17 years old, making her dream very difficult to achieve due to the risk of severe pregnancy complications. The solution was to find a surrogate mother. "My ovaries weren't removed, so I am still capable of having a biologically related child, but I am unable to carry the baby myself," she explained. That's why she and her husband had to turn to surrogacy. After unsuccessfully trying to find a suitable candidate, the couple decided to look closer to home. "My husband and I got married in 2012, and my mother-in-law always joked about being our surrogate," Kayla said. After some of their surrogate options didn't work out, they began to take Patty, Cody's mother, more seriously. After numerous tests and consultations with skeptical doctors, Patty was approved to carry the couple's child. "It didn't work the first time. We were devastated but decided to try again," Kayla said. "In May 2010, we discovered she was pregnant, and it worked this time." 7 months later, their baby boy, Cross Allen Johnson, was delivered by cesarean section. "I am so amazed by this double miracle," Kayla said. "Surrogacy wasn't always easy, and it certainly wasn't easy for Patty, but having Cross here makes all the hard days worth it. Things went so well that there is temptation to try the process again and give Cross a sibling. However, for now, it is difficult to say if they will have more children. I would love to have a big family, but it will be difficult to afford the process again," said Kayla. "We've also discussed adoption in the future, but that is also expensive. We'll simply leave it in God's hands, and He will show us the way." The reactions to the family's joy and this somewhat unusual story have been interesting. "For the most part, we've had great reactions to our story," Kayla said. "Some people find it strange, but if they understood the process, they might not think it so odd." "And what about the hero of the day, Grandma Patty?" "Patty is doing very well. She returned to work the week after the birth. I feel blessed to have been able to take this journey," she said. "She was incredible with Cross, who is healthy and sleeping well. The story truly has a happy ending." "I'd like to add that our entire family has been wonderful," said Kayla. "They supported us financially and emotionally. I love seeing Cross with all his grandparents." Here are photos of Kayla, Cody, Patty, and baby Cross. Let us know what you think in the comments. This may look like an ordinary family photo session until you notice the signs. Kayla and Cody searched for a surrogate without success until Cody's mother, Patty, at age 50, volunteered to take on the challenge. "It helped so much knowing Patty. I can't imagine a stranger doing this for me, but it was also hard in some ways. I felt upset because I wasn't the one who was pregnant. But then I think about how lucky I am to be in this situation and about the number of people who would trade places with me," said Kayla. After a nearly incident-free pregnancy, Patty gave birth to her grandson by cesarean section on December 30th, 2017. I had my 3 children naturally, and I wanted to do it naturally if I could. But my body wasn't cooperating. I wasn't dilating or anything. And he measured in the 98th percentile for size. So my doctor was concerned about putting my body and the baby at risk with a natural delivery, Patty said. The most important memory Patty wanted from the delivery was seeing the faces of her loved ones as they met the love of their lives. I remember hearing that he had hair, and I heard Kayla laughing and crying. Cody was rubbing my hand, and my husband stood behind me. I remember having tears in my eyes and simply thinking, wow, I did this. He wasn't just their baby, but also my grandchild, Patty said. Although the delivery was easy, Patty fell ill a few days later and stayed away from the baby to avoid passing on the illness. She said it was perhaps for the best, as it gave Kayla and Cody time to bond with their bundle of joy. Kayla cherishes every moment of an experience she thought she would never have. It's the most rewarding thing ever, Kayla said. It didn't feel real for a few days. It's surreal to hold him. I had this fear, probably an irrational fear, that he wouldn't want me to hold him, but I got to have skin-to-skin contact with him for about an hour after he was born, and that helped us bond. Claudia had already lost a child. Her 3-month-old baby, Janelle, passed away in 2011. Little Janelle died at a hospital in their hometown of Sainte Croix due to a medication mix-up. Claudia was absolutely devastated. This completely explains her attachment to and concern for baby Ava. Claudia and her fiancé moved to the United States shortly after she became pregnant with Ava. Claudia never thought she'd have the chance to have more children and was shocked when she was told she was expecting. The couple moved to ensure they could access high-quality medical care and be closer to family. They had 2 other children and were told they wouldn't be able to have any more after Janelle's death. They saw Ava's pregnancy as the greatest blessing and knew they had to move to America as soon as they could. Surrounded by support, the family rebuilt their lives. The viral post explained Claudia's reasoning for moving. She felt that in any situation, she would have help, just like she did with baby Ava. Moving gave her an immense sense of safety and love from family and friends. Ava was the greatest blessing and the perfect addition to their family after losing Janelle. The family never thought they'd recover, but they did, with a new life to cherish. Janelle lives on through baby Ava and the entire family. Speaking about her life story and the tragic events that preceded their new invention, Claudia said, "They helped me so much. Without my friends and family, I might have gone mad when my daughter passed away. The doctors offered me medication for depression, and I refused because with a family like mine, I'd never have the chance to be depressed." If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video and share it with your friends and loved ones.